I have photographed rallies, hill climbs, endurance race, and Formula E. For a long time, I thought the biggest difference between them was the cars. It took a few seasons to realize the real difference is rhythm. By rhythm, I mean how each event breathes through a day. When things build up, when they go quiet, and when everything happens at once. You can feel it before a wheel even turns. Some venues are already full of movement. People unloading equipments, official moving between meetings, mechanics getting everything ready. At other events, there is much less activity. No rush, no noise, just people quietly getting on with it. That's the rhythm setting in before the first session even starts. Once the action begins, circuit racing moves in blocks. Cars go out, come back, everyone resets for the next session, and the weekend advances in stages. Formula E follows a similar structure but usually condensed into a shorter format than a traditional circuit weekend. So those blocks come faster and closer together. A rally event moves differently. It is not one road, it's many. Each stage is a different piece of countryside. Run once and then left behind as everyone moves on to the next. The rhythm comes from that constant relocation, waiting, then a car passing in seconds, then moving again to a completely different stretch of road. Hill climb takes the opposite approach. It's one road, the same stretch up the same mountain, run again and again by every car in the field. The rhythm comes from repetition on a single piece of road, not from moving between many locations. Endurance racing happens on a circuit too, but the rhythm is nothing like a regular circuit weekend. The race doesn't stop for hours, sometimes running from daylight into night, so nothing feels urgent in the moment. The story is in how the whole thing builds, lap after lap, long after a normal race would have finished. For teams and organizer, none of this is accidental. It comes from how each format is built. A rally is scheduled around stage times and road closures across a region. A hill climb is scheduled around repeated runs on the same closed road. Endurance racing is scheduled around driver rotation and pit strategy across many hours. Circuit racing and Formula E are scheduled around fixed sessions within a set window. Once you understand that, you stop expecting every event to behave the same way and you start reading each one on its own terms. That difference in rhythm changes how time feels too. A rally afternoon can stretch out with long gaps between cars on stage. A Formula E day is over almost before you have settled in. Endurance racing does something else again. The hours blur together until day turns into night, and you only notice how much time has passed once you stop to look. The same happens with atmosphere across a single day. Morning feels different from late afternoon at any of these events. The light changes, people relax or get busier depending on how close the next session is. Even standing in the same spot, the event never quite feels the same from one hour to the next. That's probably what keeps me interested in photographing different forms of motorsport. The cars matter, the competition matters, but it's everything around the racing that gives each event its own character. Usually, it's something small, the pace, the feel in the paddock, the moments when everyone's busy, and the moment when nobody says much at all. When I look back through my photographs, I don't just remember who won or a single overtake. I remember how the weekend felt. I never expect two race weekends to feel the same, and that's part of what makes this work so interesting. This is Ganesh from Raceweek. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.